When I was younger, I want to say late teens, early 20s, I struggled with a lot of things mentally. And I think that was the driving cause of my struggle with relationships. For some reason, I would always find myself in a relationship with someone who was also struggling, and it would always end up being toxic, and it would never end well. And I always had this mindset of like going into all of these relationships, and I think the reason why I fell into this cycle is it's because it was what I was used to, and it was because it was what I knew, because I was not in a very good place at the time either. I think that I had this mindset of, oh, I can help her. I think our love will persevere through all of this. I can be that person for her. I can be there for her in any way. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, if anybody is going through that right now and it's not working out, and if you guys are constantly fighting, if things are just going down the drain, it's because what I realized at one point in my life is that yes, relationships are all about two people being there for each other, lifting each other up, fighting through anything together. But that's the key thing. Together. If your partner is not driven to better their lives, better their mental well being, to work through some of their issues so they can navigate relationships a little better and handle things better with people, and if you're not in that mindset of doing the same thing, it's not going to work. You can't help someone that does not want to help themselves. And I know that sounds harsh. Some people may disagree with me, but I don't care how much you guys are in love. If the person you're with is struggling with a bunch of shit and they are treating you a certain way and you guys are constantly fighting and nothing's changing, they're being narcissistic or whatever, and they have no desire whatsoever and make no effort, not even the baby steps. I'm not saying you have to change overnight. Not even the baby steps. If they're not even taking those small steps or making any effort to better themselves, it's not going to work. You can't help them. You can't save them. And they can't save you. They can't help you. You have to want to help yourself. You have to be motivated to be a better person. And you also have to be able to take accountability for your actions. That is why so many of those types of relationships fail. Because oftentimes it's very one-sided, or it's no-sided. I don't even know if that's a term, but it's no-sided. Like, the one person doesn't want to change and they're acting a certain way, and the other person doesn't want to change and they're acting a certain way, and you guys just clash, fight all the time, make up the next day, and then fight again, and then make up the next day, and you guys are doing nothing to better yourselves, well-being, mind, body, and soul. It's just not going to work. And I'm saying this to look out to people that are still in these types of situations, because I've been there. I've been in those type of relationships, and I'm not perfect either. I was in a really dark place in my life during certain times, and there were things I could have handled better. And you have to be able to admit that too. Both parties need to be able to admit that, and they have to be willing to grow, to learn, to better themselves. Like I said, relationships are about learning and growing together and lifting each other up. It's not about bringing each other down. And if you feel like you're stuck in a loop, get out of it. It's not worth it. Nothing's going to change. You're both just going to deteriorate from it. Yeah, like I said, you can't help someone that doesn't want to change. And your life isn't going to change if you're in a rut and you don't want to take any steps to make it better. So I encourage each and every one of you to just do things that are good for your mind, body, and soul. And just keep growing, keep bettering your well-being. If you're struggling with anything, take the steps to work through it, one step at a time, no rush. And only then will you attract better people. And only then will you attract good energy in your life.